Welcome to Bob's Books, where I believe you deserve to see more than just a cover of a book. So I'm going to read you a few paragraphs, a page or two from another book. Today's book is Discovering Her Wolfen Heritage by Missy Martine. I've met Missy in person, actually. That's where I got the book. She has a whole series of these. Now, to me, a werewolf is a killing machine, a crazy, insane animal that doesn't run in packs like an American werewolf in London. But Missy has a whole different take on We're going to read from Discovering Her Wolfen Heritage. It's a Wolfen Heritage first book. There's a series of books for these. This one's actually signed by Missy. You can see. I appreciate that. She's got quite a story. Missy's a very good author, has a good following. Maddie and Remus had been walking through the market, combining their purchases in a buggy, when Maddie felt the hair on the back of her neck stand up. She slowly glanced around and saw a young woman standing at the end of the aisle. When she gazed into her eyes, she was shocked. She'd never sensed such hostility coming from anyone before. She unconsciously took a step back to distance herself and ran into Remus. "Maddie, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost." When she glanced back down the aisle, Remus turned and looked toward the young woman. Maddie was surprised when she felt his entire body stiffen. "I'll be right back." Those were the only words he said before stalking off toward the woman. Maddie watched as he stopped to talk to her. She couldn't hear anything they were saying, but she'd have to have been blind not to see how angry Remus was. It didn't look like he was going to let the woman say much of anything. He was doing all the talking, and Maddie gasped when he grabbed her arm roughly and shoved her in the direction of the front of the store. Maddie watched him carefully as he turned and walked back toward her and their buggy. He smiled at her, but it didn't seem very sincere. So what was that all about? Maybe an ex-girlfriend? Sorry, Maddie, I wish you hadn't been subjected to that. Remus looked very uncomfortable. Old girlfriend, Remus? Now he looked positively shocked. Absolutely not. She's never been my girlfriend. Hell, I've never even dated her. He sighed and looked away. But you should probably know that she's always wanted to be with me. He stared intently into Maddie's eyes, and she got the impression he was waiting for some kind of reaction from her. That's okay, Remus. You're a good-looking man. It would be foolish for me to think that you haven't had women in your past. She almost laughed when she watched him perk right up when she called him good-looking. She decided to feed his ego a little more. I'm just glad you're with me now. Maddie squeaked when she found herself grabbed up into a tight hug. He'd picked her clean up off the floor. Remus, put me down. We're in the grocery store, for heaven's sake. He laughed and set her back on her feet, then lowered her head and placed a quick kiss on her lips. I'm right where I want to be, baby, and don't you forget it. Maddie laughed and shook her head. Are you done with your shopping? Absolutely. How about you? Yep, all done. Then let's get the hell out of here. I'm getting hungry. Remus gave her an evil grin that caused her to laugh. She grabbed his arm and pushed him toward the checkout stands. She was looking forward to dinner. He advised this is an erotic novel, so they do a few things in here. It is a good book. You want to find out who this woman was, who was jealous? Take a look at Missy's books. From Siren Publishing. You can either go to their site or just look up Missy online. Find her on Amazon and all around. Just take a look at the cover.